Hi everyone, today we're going to look at factorizing. So what is a factor? Remember, a factor are numbers that multiply to give you the number. So for example, the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. So 1 times 6 is 6, 2 times 3 is 6. The factors of 2a are 1, 2 and a because when you multiply them together you get 2a. And the factors of 6a are 1, 2, 3, 6 and a. 6 times a is 6a, 2 times 3 times a is also 6a. Let's write these numbers as products of their factors. So the 6 can be written as 2 times 3, the 2a can be written as 2 times a, and the 6a can be written as 6 times a or 3 times 2a. Now we wrote these as products of factors for the following bit. Recall from the example last lesson that we had 2 times a plus 3 gave us 2a plus 6. We call that expanding. Notice that it was 2 times a plus 3. The 2 and a plus 3 are the factors, just like all these factors, because we multiply them together to give us the 2a plus 6. So in other words, if we're trying to find the 2, which is a factor, and we're trying to find the a plus 3, which is the factor, so going backwards, it is factorizing. Let's have a look at that AB example we keep bringing up. It was a rectangle with side A and length B. Now we can represent this example with a rectangle as well. Which sides are the factors? 2 and a plus 3. Without using a rectangle, how would we go about factorizing? What if we started with 2a plus 6? How would we find 2? So we would write the terms as products of the factors. So 2a would be written as 2 times a, and 6 can be written as 2 times 3. And then you can look for what's in common. So we're looking for the highest common factor now. A little bit like when you used to do fractions. Highest common factor. So we can see from here that it is 2. Our highest common factor is 2. And it's exactly the number outside the bracket, the first factor. So whenever we have 2a plus 6, we write down the terms as a product of the factors, look for the highest common factor, 2, and then you write what's left over. So what's left over on this line? A. And what's left over on this line? 3. And it works because we know 2 times a is 2a, and the 2 times 3 gives us 6. So you can multiply, or in other words, expand, to check your answers. Let's do another example. 10x squared plus 5xy. So again, write the terms as products of the factors. So 10x squared is simply 2 times 5, which is 10, times x, which gives you x squared. And 5xy is 5 times x times y. So what's the highest common factor this time? 5 and x. So the highest common factor is 5x. Then we write down our expression, 10x squared plus 5xy equals our highest common factor, 5x, open bracket, whatever's left over. So what do we have? 2 and x, because 5x times 2x is going to give us 10x squared, plus whatever's left over in the second line, which is y, because 5x times y is going to give us 5xy. So we've factorized it because now we have them as a product of factors. Let's do one last example. Minus 9a squared plus 6a. So write them out again so we can find the products of the factors. So minus 9, that's minus 3 times 3. And then a squared b is a and times a times b. And 6a, we know that one, 2 times 3 times a. Now we underline what's in common, 3a. So the highest common factor looks like it's 3a, but be very careful with this question. There's a minus there. So we like to include that in our highest common factor. So instead of 3a, we're going to have minus 3a. And we'll have to change a couple of things. Let's have a look. So the expression there, we're going to write that it's equal to minus 3a, then open bracket, whatever's left over. So what do we have left over after we use minus 3 and the a? We still have 1, 3, 1a, and a b. So that's easy. Double check, multiply them. Minus 3a times 3ab does give us minus 9a squared b. And then the next term is quite tricky. Now, what's left over if we take the minus 3a? Well, we have 2, but 2 times minus 3a is going to give us negative 6a, which is not what we want. So we have to put an extra minus this time, because if we have minus 2 times minus 3a, then it's going to give us the positive 6a that we're looking for. So minus 2. Double check one more time. Minus 3a times 3ab does give us minus 9a squared b. Minus 3a times minus 2 minus and minus does give us positive 6a. That's it for me today. See you next time.